What's up and welcome back to Rumor Has It Official. Let's get straight into talking about the family of Chantel. This is season 1, episode 1. And the title of this episode was All's Fair in Love and War. So Chantel is back from the DR and picks up her brother River. Now we all know that their relationship is not the best right now because of what transpired. I mean, from the very beginning, River has never liked Pedro and he felt like this was not a good idea for her to marry him. But I feel like what really tore things apart between her and her brother was when they had the dinner and things popped off between River and Pedro. So once Chantel picks up her brother, they head over to their parents' house. When she gets there, they want to know all about her trip. Since when she was there in the DR, she FaceTimed her parents and gave them a brief on what was happening and how Pedro was treating her. So Chantel is reluctant to talk about it, but she begins to tell them all that happened. This doesn't sit well with the family. Now, from experience, Chantel should know that in the past, when she's told her parents things about her marriage and her husband, that they like to get involved and they like to insert their opinions. So being that she knows that there's already a lot of friction going on, there's already a lot of tension between Pedro and her family, she should have kept her mouth shut. But this is a show and you gotta give something. So of course, I knew eventually she would break and tell them what transpired. Chantel's mother, she gets her taser shocky and heads over to Chantel's place to confront Pedro. Now, when they head over, it's just Chantel's mother, her father, and her sister, Winter. River sits this one out. He does not go along with them. And I'm glad that he didn't. I don't really think that none of them should have been going over there. So they, like I said, decide to jump in the car, go confront Pedro on his actions towards their daughter. Now, I don't know how they did, but they ended up beating Chantel to her house. It was hilarious to me because Chantel was trying to run up those steps with them heels on and tripped and fell, and it was just like, this is just too much. They were already up the stairs knocking on the door. When the dad came up the stairs, he's like a sergeant, knock on the door. You know, it was really funny. Like, this family is a trip. I'm telling you, they're funny to watch, to be honest with you. And that's the reason why TLC gave them this little spinoff. The things that comes out of her mama's mouth, the things that they say, it's just hilarious to me. Again, they knock on the door, but by the time they knock on the door, Chantel, she gets up there and Chantel unlocks the door and just opens it. And you just see Pedro in the apartment looking shocked to see them. Like, what in the world are they doing here? He tells Chantel to get her family out of his house. Chantel's dad tells Chantel to go and pack a bag and come home with them because Pedro tells her to go home with her father. Chantel tells her family to leave, but her mom says that if he wants them out, he'll have to put them out. Another funny thing that I thought was funny was she brought Shocky the taser with her, and Chantel tries to take the taser out of her mom's hand and handle the taser, but it just ended up going off on her. She was dropping it, and Pedro's mouth was hanging open like, you bringing a weapon to my house? Like, why are you bringing that? You know, it was just, there was a lot of little parts that I felt like were hilarious to me. It was comical. So Pedro then, he gets Chantel's keys and he leaves out of their apartment because he sees that they're not going to leave by him telling them. This dude gets the keys and he says he's taking the car and he's leaving. I thought it was so funny because Pedro has no license. Pedro doesn't even know how to drive. And they kept saying that. They were like, Pedro, you have no license. You don't have to drive. You're going to crash. You're going to get in a car accident. So Pedro says that it's none of Thomas's business what he did in the Dominican Republic because it's his life and he could do whatever he wants. So Pedro felt attacked by Chantel's parents. So now him and Chantel aren't on speaking terms. The next day, her family goes to church and they invite Chantel to come as well. Their pastor advises Chantel and her family to do family counseling. Chantel and Pedro in the next scene go out to this salsa club for drinks, and she's hoping that she can convince him to do family counseling. At first, Pedro rejects the idea, but then he says that he'll go because he has something that Chantel doesn't know about, and when she finds out, he's going to need her support. In the next scene, Chantel, her mom, and Sister Winter go to a twerking class. Oh God. After the class, they begin talking about Winter's relationship. Now, they knew they had to have something else to bring, because you got to have a breakup with all of this Pedro and her family situation. They had to bring something else in. And they decide to discuss Winter's relationship. Unless you follow Winter, nobody knew that Winter was even in a relationship, okay? So Chantel says that it's strange that her sister has been in a relationship for 5 years and she doesn't know much about him. Now, this is the thing. It's really funny because the family doesn't really know much about Pedro because there's no relationship. He's not open to having one with them. There's too much damage that has been done. So it's so funny that she wants to know about her sister's relationship, but things are really rocky with her family and Pedro. So I thought that was kind of like, okay, Chantel. But in the next scene, Pedro, he FaceTimes his sister Nicole to inform her about Chantel's family coming over. Nicole calls Chantel's mom a crazy old lady and tells him that he should have called the police on them. Nicole then says to Pedro, "Have you told Chantel the truth that me and mom are coming to the United States?" Now, we all knew this was coming, especially when he was talking to the immigration lawyer and he started to ask a lot of questions. So we all knew that something was in the works. And like I told you guys, in one of the episodes where they were in the DR and Chantel went and sat and had dinner with the mom, and when they got up to leave and Pedro said, "I'm going back to the States with my wife," and how Nicole and his mother clinked their champagne glasses, I knew they had something up their sleeve. This is all a part of the plan. So I already knew this was coming. I think that Chantel will eventually give in to Pedro's plans to bring his family to the States. She's going to say she wants to fight for their marriage, and I'm really tired of them dragging out this old fight. It's time to move forward and move past it. Nobody cares anymore. You guys are still holding on to something that happened a year, 2 years ago, and it's just pathetic and sad. Either you're not gonna fool with each other or you are. Like, it's as simple as that. Either you're gonna work on your marriage and go get counseling for both of you so you can build your foundation, and then you can maybe try to incorporate the family and heal that part. It's too much going on. But I want to know your guys' thoughts. Were you guys excited about the show? Did you even tune in to the family Chantel? What did you think about the first episode? Comment down below in the comment section. Tell me all about your thoughts. Give this video a big thumbs up. Share with a friend who also will be tuning into the family Chantel. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you'll be notified on the next time that I make an upload. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.